Alright, so today we have two studio set of speakers. We have the KRK Rokit 8 and Rokit 10 series. They kind of go together. You get two of these, and you usually get the KRK Rokit 10 sub with it. And on the other hand, we have two JBL products. We have the LSR 305, which is super commonly raved about. Everyone loves these. I've heard them, and I actually enjoy them myself. And then we have the kind of complementing 3 series powered subwoofer. This takes a lot of different inputs, which I like about studio subwoofers. You get RCA, you get quarter inch, you get XLR, you get kind of everything. These are both kind of aimed at the same market. Regardless of how they look, they're both going to be very flat in response. You don't want much coloration or any kind of change in sound when it comes to studio monitors because they're used for production. We're really going to kind of see the quality of these two, see the differences. I am expecting the Rokits to be a little bit fuller in sound, obviously because of the 8-inch driver in the front and a little bit bigger dome tweeter, where the LSR 305s only have a little 5-inch and a slightly smaller dome tweeter. But we're gonna hook them up and we're gonna see how they sound. So we'll get right to it. All right, so we're gonna go over some specs and differences between these two. So for the Rokit, or the KRK Rokit 8, I should say, it has a 1-inch soft dome tweeter and an 8-inch woofer. It's made out of a woven glass aramid composite, which is a kind of tight low-end response type material that they're just talking about through their description. This one has a little benefit over the LSR, just in the fact that you can use an RCA on the bottom for the subwoofer as opposed to the JBL, which doesn't have the option for that. This is bi-amped. It's rated at 140 watts, where this guy's only rated at about 40 watts. But honestly, we had both of these at 0 decibels of gain on the volume knob, and they were very close in sound. The Rokit 8 just sounding a little bit fuller. But anyways, moving on, we will talk about the JBL. So this has a 5-inch low-frequency driver as well as a 1-inch soft dome. And this one has kind of a patented waveguide on it, which kind of makes this thing sound a little bit brighter and a little bit louder, which is why at the same kind of gain, this one sounded just as loud. Where this one does not have so much of a waveguide. It kind of more has this kind of recessed look to it. It kind of works as a waveguide, but it's nothing like an actual waveguide, of course. I've probably said waveguide about 9 times now. Anyways, moving on. So, yeah, I mean, that's really the differences. I mean, other than that, you're going to get neutral response out of both. They both are actually in the same price category. This is the Gen 1 series for any of you KRK fans wondering. This is not a Gen 2 or a Gen 3, which are currently on the market. This is the original Gen 1, where this LSR 305, I think, is still the current 305 you can buy on Amazon. We'll look that up, but I'm pretty sure I'm right about that. But yeah, moving forward, we're going to get to the sound test, so if you want to hit play real quick. And might I iterate that this is without subwoofers on, so we're not actually going to use the subwoofers in this video. I'm sorry for all you fans hoping we were. We're just doing the top demos. We will take apart the bottoms and see what the subwoofers kind of consist of, but we won't be playing them today. So now onto the KRK. So obviously with the KRK you are getting a little bit more volume because it has a little extra wattage, and you are getting a richer, fuller sound because the low frequency driver is an 8-inch as opposed to a 5-inch. But definitely don't let that fool you. I mean, the LSR 305 definitely holds its own in clarity, just like the KRK does. They both sound very similar, like I've said many times. But overall, you can't really beat them. I mean, these are kind of the kings in studio monitors right now. Anyone and just about everyone is kind of either running some kind of JBL setup, a KRK setup, or the higher end producers are going to spend a lot more money on studio monitors, but for all you entry level, producers and sound enthusiasts, you're definitely going to probably be running a set of these at current time or possibly the future. So definitely keep an eye out for these on the market and give them a listen for yourself, and you'll definitely enjoy them. So now we're going to take apart the two subwoofers, kind of just look at the guts and see what kind of separates them apart. They're going to be very similar, but we'll check them out anyways. Alright, so we have the two subwoofers apart. Unfortunately, our KRK kind of suffered from some idiot getting to it. We're not really sure what happened. Chaz just picked this up today, and it seems like he hot glued the surround, and underneath the surround, for whatever reason, maybe he tried doing his own, God forbid, his own recone job with hot glue. We don't know. We also found moisture inside the cabinet, and it reflects because there's oxidation just, on the main bolt for the transformer. You got all this soot and crap on the board. So it really doesn't surprise me that this thing doesn't perform so well, which is one of the reasons why we didn't do a subwoofer test for you guys, is the KRK in its current state wasn't sounding right, and now we actually know why. A little unfortunate, but we'll see what we can do with that. Onto the JBL though. You could see that this actually is a little bit higher end in the sense that it's a lot simpler of a circuit. There's a lot less circuitry to it, where it has very close rated performance as the KRK, but when you use a kind of more not so current circuitry layout for, like, they have push-pull circuits, they have Class A circuits, Class D, the list goes on. Basically, what I'm trying to say is this is a little bit more outdated of a circuit design for an amplifier, where obviously this is more current because you just have a lot more neater circuit board, less components, just less BS kind of going on. So good job, JBL, in other words, is what I'm trying to say. But yeah, that's a bit about all we are really going to do for this video. Unfortunately, we don't have too much content with this one, but this just kind of give you a general idea of what we're working with when it comes to studio equipment, what to expect, what to see. So that's going to wrap it up for this video. Thanks again, guys, and we'll see you next week.